Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to some Friday night hobby. Tonight I'm going to be finishing off this little row of miniatures, which is the Grymwatch for Underworld. I feel like I made pretty good progress on these last time, so would like to get them to a state of done if possible. So yeah, more than welcome to come and hang out while we do this. I'm going to be sort of whizzing between them all. Just doing little bits here and there. So this is mostly sort of a bit of corrosion I'm adding to the various metal bits. Oh yeah, nice. Hey Jim, happy Friday, my friend. How are you, my friend? Has your Friday treated you well? Gearing up for the weekend? I would like some sort of skeleton bone or something like that. So where am I? Screaming Skull. Screaming Skull will do the trick nicely. Yeah, you good, Jim? Still working, I take it. Hopefully last few hours. Nice. Yeah, just looking out for as long as nothing breaks between now and then. You can cruise. You can cruise in. Nice. That's always nice. If people could just not break anything for a little while. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I'm going to give you a bit of peace. Yeah, I had a pretty quiet Friday myself. I had a few meetings and stuff, but then this afternoon I was able to just get some admin done and some chunk off some emails, get some messages I needed doing, bits and pieces. Quite relaxed. Not hobby relaxed. I didn't get to do any hobbying. Just doing the bone on this because it didn't come out just on the contrast itself. It needed a little help. Oh, what's this? Oh man, so cool. So cool, Jim. I love it. I want to play. I really want to play. Would I be allowed to make sound effects? It looks so good. It looks so good. Oh, host 00312 followed me a minute ago. It's the craziest Twitch name I've ever known, but if you're a real person, then thank you very much for that follow. I didn't notice it pop up. I apologise. Be a great name if you were trying to hide as a bot, because that definitely sounds like a bot name.
What's his name?
Host 00312.
Yeah.
James.
He's either a bot or trying to be one.
Hey James, thanks for coming in and saying hello. How are you? Yeah, I think that's got to be right. Yeah. This looks amazing. I would need to have a little sound effects machine so that I could do the, you know, when you see it in the movies and the muskets all fire, and they just so happen to fire in like an order, and it makes a kind of as it goes down the line shot noise. It sounds really good. It looks really cool, super cool. I love it. I love the aesthetic of it all. Looks fantastic. Yeah, this is we're going to be very chilled tonight because I've got these guys are not a million miles away from being done, so I'm just going to go through each one of them, a little bit of highlighting here and there, you know. This one a bit more than the others because he's got quite a lot of bone on him, and the problem is between the green of the plague flesh and the bone colour, they've blended probably a bit too much, so you can't tell what was the bone pieces and what's the flesh pieces. So I'm just going to use a bit of Screaming Skull to just lift some of the areas of the bone a bit more, so it's a bit more defined. Yeah, these are 20 minutes a miniature. You know, by the time they're done, I reckon they'll be maybe 40 minutes a miniature. But you can. I got called the king of the king of contrast today by Warren. Host 00131312 underscore loads of capital I's or lowercase L's. I can't tell on my screen. Thanks also for that follow. And again, if you're trying to masquerade as a bot, you're doing a pretty awesome job.
And maybe the name was just taken a whole bunch of times.
Maybe. But yeah, I thought I'll take King of Contrast. That's definitely where I'm at. I'm not sure I'm the king of it, but I'm certainly a lover of it. So.
Wait, no, I fell off. Oh no, please don't say I'm gonna restart. That's gonna be annoying. Oh come on.
Oh no, Blake, what's happened?
I was at 13% on his health and now I'm at 75.
Oh.
Maybe not with that gun then. That's what made me fall off.
But yeah, this will be the 12th warband now I've painted for Underworld. So we are motoring through these warbands. Let's just hope they don't release any more, because I'm kind of in a collecting mood with these. Pretty sure I don't own all of them, I own most of them for sure. I think there's some of the older ones that I don't have, but I reckon I've one or two I'm definitely missing, but not many. So yeah, just hopping between them. I would like this brown, I think, yeah. Very small dry brush of orange on some of these metals. Trying to rust them up a little bit. And then I would like, yeah, let's go a Nurgling green, but we'll use a bit of this Screaming Skull in it just to lighten it up a little bit, even further.
Oh, he's on 8%.
Nice work. Is this the main boss, Blake?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Blake's trying to beat the new Ratchet and Clank game on PS5.
It's a really good game.
Well, you're the one that's played the PS5 the most so far. You completed God of War, and now you're about to complete Ratchet and Clank. You're on a roll.
Oh yes, I knocked out one of the eyes, so only one of them works now. Basically a rocket launcher. Box. Break that. Yes, okay, help. Oh, he's all, I think he's dead. Unless he just revives. Okay, I've been sucked through the portal. Sucked through another one. No. Where do I go? don't fall off. Come on. Okay, someone's just back inside here.
Alright, I feel like he's fairly done, I think. Let's try and focus on another one. Let's take old big boned guy here with his giant bone. Grab a bit more of that orange. Then we've got plans for the weekend. Blake's got a big test behind me, haven't you, Blake? A big test tomorrow.
And then I got Sunday for rugby, so that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, rugby on Sunday, yeah. Yeah, they missed you last week. They're looking forward to seeing you. White webbing, nice. That's right, James. Be quiet, it's fine. I think I've got a dry paint here that is really dried. See if I can liven this up a little bit. There we go. Husband supposed to build live war game on Sunday. Oh, cool. 12 left out of 72. Crikey. That's some batch painting right there. Bean Burrito 1776. Thank you very much for that follow. Bean Burrito. Very cool.
He's dead.
Oh, nice. Welcome to the channel, Bean Burrito. Thanks, man. Right, that is a reminder that I need to go through the sound alerts and add some more things in. Painted in 2017 and still never washed it. I have washed one of these days. Oh man. I think we've all got projects like that, Jim, that we sort of started and then never quite went back to. I started that with my Saga forces, to be honest. I painted some some Vikings, and I started painting some Irish, some ancient Irish, and I never went back to it. I do want to go back to it. I painted the guy being blood eagled, which was really quite funny. Not funny, but cool. I mean, funny for me, not funny for the guy being blood eagled. That's never a nice thing. Yeah, once again, these all will need a jolly good matte varnishing, which really helps the colours come together a bit. So we'll get to that stage soon enough. I got sent some little ships today from Warren for Dystopian Wars. We did a bit of a trade. I sent him some spaceships and he sent me some battleships. Because I was never going to do anything with my drop zone commander and drop fleet forces, so I know that he was keen to sort of take a look at it, so he sent me some Dystopian Wars, so I now have some little ships to paint up. I was going to mess with it more then, but I don't think I am going to mess with it. I think I'm going to leave it. do want a little touch of red, but very small amount. Oh no, Blake, you died.
Okay, now he's on full health again. Oh no, I'm sunk.
Should look pretty. By the time these are done, these should look pretty mean as a little group. Has to be going. Yeah. What was the last thing I printed was the goblins for my son to put into his D&D campaign, and what I loved the fact was I hadn't used the 3D printer, the resin one, in months, and I didn't do anything. I turned it on, I poured some resin in, I fired up the files into the program. Went just do that. Filled the thing. Did auto supports. Press print, and it came out brilliantly. And I was like, so I expected it to fail because I hadn't leveled the bed or done any faffing around. I didn't clean the tank or anything. So I was worried there might be a bit of dust in there and like that. But it just blooming worked. So I was just like, oh, there we go. It's not that hard. You can get away with not touching it for months and come back and it still works. I get so few failed prints. I'm definitely getting something's definitely botting me or something, isn't it? Because I've got now Hoss 00312 and a bunch of L's. Maybe that person's left me and then come back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. It's not doing any. It's not doing me any harm. I find that I mean, wrongly or rightly, get no smell from it or anything. I mean, I've got obviously the Elegoo Mars Pro, which has a filter built into it. I also have an air purifier in here. So yeah, I must admit, I don't feel like it has any negative. I mean, obviously I don't know. I could be doing something, but like I say, I get no smell from it. I get no headache when I'm using it or any other weird issues. It just works. So literally, because it's over in that corner. The air purifier is right next to it, and I know the Elegoo Mars Pro has an air filter system in it as well. So, in theory, whatever it's being filtered, then it's exhausting, and then that exhaust is then hitting another air purifier, and then it, so it's, if anything, it's being worked twice, and I would hope that would be enough. I do try, I don't consciously do it, but just so happens if I'm printing during the day, I will always have the door open as well. And the printer is very quiet. Apart from electrical hum, of a device being on, like like you would have, like if you had a PC or something in your room. It doesn't make any noise. Yeah, it's very quiet from that point of view. And the resin I buy is also classed as like low odor and stuff like that. But yeah, I've never gone. Oh, I've got to stop it. It's if I noticed it, then I wouldn't run it. But I can say quite safely that I've never had that experience.
I'm running out of ammo on my guns. I died. No. Ah.
I'm trying to avoid dying, Blake. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight. Anyway, it's Friday is always the worst day to stream. There's so much going on in between weekenders. Most of the big streamers, like I know Mini Maniac is on now, isn't he? Yeah, Miniature Den, Studio J7, all the big guys are stream on a Friday night. Even Tabletop Minions, he streams on a Friday. The Warhammer channel itself is up on a Friday. There's a lot. It is not a good night for small streamers. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, James. I'll take that.
Boss is so hard.
Was it the final boss in it, Blake?
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard. You don't want an easy fight.
Yeah. Gone down to 50%.
Nice. Too easy, your game will be over and then that's it. Back in my day, Blake, we only had a couple of games a year. You had to make them last.
Yeah, but those games are replayable. I mean, it is replayable, but not the same excitement.
I think old games are more replayable than new games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you'd play Ratchet and Clank, or when you complete Ratchet and Clank, I don't think you'd go back and play it again, would you? Because they're such big games now. Like, where old games, you could just pop in and out. Like, you could go in, do a bit, come out again. Or they're short games, so actually you play it and complete it in one sitting. And then you play it again because you want to get better at it or find some secrets or something. But I know you really like the God of War game. I wonder if you'd ever play it again. Did you see they announced a new one? God of War Ragnarok. Yeah.
Definitely play that.
Yeah, I thought you might. It looks like it continues as well straight after this one.
Even better.
So the boys sort of growing up a bit.
You play as
You still play as
Kratos.
Kratos, but it's his son again. But the little boy's a bit older.
Oh,
A little bit older, a little bit wiser.
okay. You know Kratos means rule in Greek.
Is it?
And demos means people. So, what is it? Democracy, is those two Greek words put together.
There you go. Looks like that comes up in your test tomorrow. You'll be all over that question. But like, I got this. Get in the boat, boy. You really like the God of War game, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was impressed you actually managed to complete it. That's quite a tough game.
The end was cool.
I believe the talking head is back. I think yes, it is the boy Kratos, the talking head, and they didn't spoil it, but they sort of said they did Ragnarok. Obviously, it's called Ragnarok, so Ragnarok will happen. So whether Kratos is the cause of Ragnarok. And I think they teased Thor, so I think Thor's going to be in it.
Oh, okay.
And I think Zeus might. Well, we thought we've tangled with Zeus before, so I don't think it's. But there is who was it? They said it was. There was the Norse god of war. I can't think what his name is. Yeah, I think you're probably looking at best sort of end of next year, I think.
Christmas present
Yeah, I think definitely a Christmas present. Right, let's do some stuff. I want to grab some earth shade because this needs to be dirtied up a bit. It's just not dirty enough. And I can leave them to dry, and then I can do the bats. The cool thing about painting undead stuff or this sort of stuff is you don't have to give a monkeys about being tidy. You can just go grim. Oh, nice. She's a keeper. What did you go with? Right, so while that's all drying, I can grab the bats. Because this is the one that needs the most work. Salad and chicken nuggets, nice. We had fish and chips for dinner tonight.
Yeah,
Classic.
very nice.
I mean, I don't mind Hoss 00312 loads of L's because, hey, I'll take the followers. But I'm not sure if you're following and unfollowing and then refollowing again. Exactly, fish and chips on a Friday. My dad would be proud. As a Catholic, he'd be like, yeah, fish on a Friday.
Both of the Aquariuses have just died.
Oh,
So game's done, I guess.
game over, dude. Let's find out. Is it game over?
Two games completed.
Is it done?
Yep.
Whoa,
Credits are playing.
nice work.
I've done it. Oh,
Congrats.
yay.
See if we can get an applause in the chat. Applause. Blake has completed Ratchet and Clank on the PS5. Nice. Yeah, what's next? I suppose you've never done any of the Kingdom Hearts ones or stuff, huh?
No. I tried them, but
You got a shocked face in the chat. There we go, yeah, look. Nice. Well, there's only about 400 games over there, if not more, so you know. See if you can find one that you want to.
So can all the PS4 games we play with this?
Yes, you can play most PS4 games on the PS5, or you can just play PS5. Some of them have upgraded features, but not all of them. Like they won't take use of like the haptic feedback and stuff like that. But you can play PS5 games, and or I could just turn the PS4 on.
Play the PS5 because it's just faster.
Yeah. The one that you, I don't know if you've tried it, is the Horizon Zero Dawn. Have you tried that? That's where you're fighting dinosaur robot dinosaurs. And that does have upgraded features on PS5. And that's also got a new version coming out in a few weeks' time. So if you completed that, you would then be able to play the new one when it comes out.
And then also, after when God of War gets released, play that one.
Yeah.
That gets set up for 2 games.
Good job, man. The good thing is it's under my profile, so it looks like I completed Ratchet and Clank. So I can say to everyone, yeah, I complete all these video games.
Totally not my son.
Yeah. So just put a crazy dinosaur emote in the chat. That's for you. Now I get to say people, look at my gaming prowess. I can complete all of these games. You
Might
off?
have to change the account's name.
Yeah. Right, are you off to bed, are you, buddy? Because you got to get up for this exam in the morning. Give us a hug. Good night. Don't stress or anything. Just chill out and go to bed, alright? Maybe read a book so you can go to sleep easy, alright?
Yeah.
Say good night to the chat. Say bye, chat.
Chat.
It's got a big test tomorrow, people. Good luck, buddy. Get some sleep. It's my gunning bland to get all the achievements, exactly. Yeah, it's still ticking away in the background. He doesn't even want to sit there and watch the. If I complete the video game, I have to sit there and watch all the credits. Not these youngsters. These youngsters are out of here. He's like, yeah, I've completed it. See you later. No F's given. It's a bit bright, isn't it? eldest boy got his he's joined the workforce. He's got his first ever job. He is officially a paper boy. He's super excited about earning his £25 a week, which I can't believe is the salary of a paper boy these days. £25 a week. That's a lot. I think when I was a kid, I think a paper round was about £8 a week, I reckon. This is too heavy, this line, but I'm gonna go with it and darken it down. Don't like it. I'll come back in with that some grey. But yeah. Anyone else a paper boy when they were young, or a paper girl, or paper person, whatever you want to call it? I must admit, I don't think I've ever met a paper girl. I don't think even as a kid, I don't remember any girls doing paper rounds. They tended to do the other kind of booklets and that used to get posted into homes, but rarely did you see a paper girl. I know, James. Like I was actually like genuinely like, really, £25 for a paper round? Like that's £100 a month, and for a 14-year-old kid, £100 a month is that is not to be sniffed at. Yeah, well, that's one. Yeah, probably about that. Yeah. Yeah, given the cost of, because they've had to put the cost of games up because apparently they cost more to produce now. It's like, yeah, yeah. Whatever you say, mate. Whatever you say to justify your £70 games. That's the other thing I was surprised at. Who the hell still has a paper delivered? Well, I can only assume it's elderly or as a status. I can imagine in the UK, I think I know people that would have it as like a status thing, getting the paper delivered. So that's all I can imagine. Elderly and people who think it's posh to get a newspaper delivered to your house. Yeah. Well, there must be if the shop owner is able to pay my son £25 a week, and I think his round is something like 25 papers. I think it's not a lot of papers on a round. So you would imagine for it to be worth the while, those papers have got to be fairly expensive over the course of a week. Where's the red? I had some red earlier. Rune, where is there's Ledge Belcher? There it is. Yeah, we are trucking on these, I reckon. Another few minutes on this guy, and then we'll start getting some matte varnishes down on various bits and pieces. Yeah, just dirty these bats up a bit because they are far too clean. Hotspot, you know, whoever this is, I mean, you crack on, mate. I'll I've got Hoss's 1 and Hoss's PogChamp. I mean, it's not doing me any harm. If you want to overinflate my follower count. Because the thing is, they have to be registered accounts, because I've got it set that you have to have a verified email and registered account to follow, so someone's going through a lot of fuss for me. I'm assuming the bots just go through channels. Ah, just miniature painting, thank you very much for that raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What was you up to, Jess? How was your stream? If you've got a sub, you can defend with Dusties. Get the Dusty dogs out there. Don't let the phone get to me. I'll try and contain myself, James. Thanks, Jess. How are you? We are ourselves in the midst of getting the Grymwatch completed for the Warhammer Underworlds. So we've got a lot of stuff drying at the moment, and then we need to crack out the matte varnish. But yes, and hello to anyone that came over with Jess's channel. Hope you're having a chilled evening. Need to give my brushes a good clean later on. Yeah, we're pretty much there, I reckon, on those. So this all needs to dry, so we've got a little bit of waiting to do while these things all Right. So I'm going to quickly tidy up, then get my airbrush out, get myself all set up and ready to go. We'll matte varnish them, and we'll be in good shape. So yeah, I say this every time, but if you're a contrast painter like myself, you do need to get yourself some matte varnish. So contrast paint is awesome, but it's super thin and dries quite shiny. So if you get yourself a nice matte varnish, you can make a big difference. It really, for me, it ties the miniatures together really well, as much as like blending does or something else. So I do recommend a good matte varnish. I use the AK Interactive one, and also I like to punch the camera every now and then. Yeah, so I use this stuff, which I'm actually running out. I need to buy some. It used to be quite hard to get hold of in the UK, but hopefully that's not the case anymore. Right, I'm going to turn my compressor on. Hopefully you won't hear it. Hopefully you can't hear that, because noise cancellation is doing its job. Yes, 100%, James. I never used to. When I first started painting and stuff like that, I never used to varnish anything because it felt like a hassle to me, and I was always worried I'd bugger it up. So a lot of my old stuff isn't matte varnished, and then I did have a massive mishap once. I did spray can matte varnish over my Stormcast Eternals, and I couldn't really. I don't know if I was not paying attention or. Anyway, I ended up frosting the whole lot. So when I looked at it closely, I was like, "What the hell?" So that really sucked. So I kind of binned off varnishing. But with the contrast paints, you have to really, because it has such a shiny finish on it. If you don't matte varnish, it just looks rubbish. No, it doesn't look rubbish. That's wrong. It doesn't look as good as it could. So yeah, matte varnish every time now. Yeah, I will never use spray can again, because like I say, luckily. I think there's a few techniques. If you do get frosting, there is a few techniques. The one that I tried that worked for me was a very small amount of olive oil, and then just like covering the miniature in that, and then matte varnishing it again, and that seems to have taken the frosting out. I've been told you can also just simply gloss varnish and then matte varnish, and that also works. So, but yeah, if I was to look at my Stormcast Eternals now, I don't think. Yeah, you can't really tell the ones that had the issue and the ones that didn't have the issue. So thankfully that was all right. But yeah, if I was to grab. I think I've shown you guys before. If I was to grab, say, this guy, it might be hard to tell on the camera, but if I was to grab this guy and this guy, you can tell this one, the colours are a lot more sort of muted and flat, which is a style that I really like. Where this one, where it's not been matte varnished yet, it's still got quite a bit of shine to him. Ignore the base because the base is actually wet, but the model's not. And you can tell that in the skins, there's still quite a lot of shine on this guy. So the matte varnish, I think, really helps just finish the model. So yeah, contrasts are amazing. They're awesome paints, but do get yourself a matte varnish so you can finish the job, as it were. Yeah, the airbrush I use is the Badger 105 Patriot. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got fancier airbrushes. I use this every time. It never fails, and is an absolute dream to clean everything. Well, that's what I need to do. I don't know why I haven't done that. I haven't popped the brown around the rim of the base. What am I doing? Have I gone crazy? I forgot a pretty important step there. I haven't actually popped the brown around, as it were. Jill Tip, thank you very much for that follow. That's super nice of you, thank you. Welcome to the channel. It's been super nice. I've had a few follows tonight. One of them is probably definitely a bot, but some others have followed as well. I much appreciate it. We are on the road to 400, which is nice. We'll have to think of something to do when we get to 400. Maybe I could make it like a vote thing. I've got a few big miniatures that I want to paint that I've never gotten around to doing. So one is the mythic dragon, so the dragon from Joan of Arc, which is humongous. The other one is Archeon, so I've got Archeon on the three-headed chaos dragon, which I want to paint, but I've never gotten around to it. So maybe we'd do like a 12-hour stream or something, and I'll paint it start to finish. Yeah, thanks Jim. Yeah, welcome. We're a super small channel, so anyone who comes in and says hello and hits the follow button, I'm very appreciative. It's always nice. It's nice to think you can try and build something and build a little channel. It's nice. Yeah, so yeah, I've got the big ones. I've got the dragon. I've got Archeon. What else have I got that's large? I've got a 40k. What's that? The Black Star for my Death Watch. I've got some big undead stuff, like a black coach or something like that. Yeah, the dragon. I mean, the dragon has been sitting up there for a while. It's built and primed, and I would have to raise the camera up. I mean, the camera would have to be up pretty high to be able to get that thing on the stream. Otherwise, you're only going to see a very small part of it. Like here, I'd probably get like part of its wing, because I'd probably do the majority of it with contrast, but in the airbrush. So putting contrast paint straight into the airbrush would probably be the way I'd do it. Which would be really cool. Like I said, I got rid of most of Joan of Arc. The only thing I kept in the end were the miniatures. The game for me was just too big, man. It just took forever to put together. So what I did was kept all the miniatures because I might use them in the future. And then the dragon, I've just got, Flames of War with a dragon in it. Can I use all my tanks and stuff that I've got painted up to go to war with a dragon? There's got to be a rule set out there for that, isn't it? That has to be a rule set. Well, I'm just going to position. I've got a little desk fan here, so I'm going to position this desk fan to face the miniatures, because I would just like the drying process to speed up a little bit, please, if I can. So I'm going to pop this little fan here. I need to get one of those little USB hair dryers. I know a lot of miniature people have those. Not miniature people, miniature painters. So I'm just going to sort of put this in front of this fan here. Rain of Fire, yeah, please, Jim, please. I mean, I'd love it. I'd freaking love it. Although it'd have to be, I would need to get, it's not is it Team Yankee? What's the Moderns version of Flames of War? It is Team Yankee, isn't it? So I don't have any of that. All I've got is World War II. So it has to be Rain of Fire, 1945. Just as we finally defeat the Nazis, they open a hellish portal, which a dragon is able to pass through. And now, in the ruined cities of not the best game. Yeah, so I would need, in the ruined city, because I've already got a French ruined town, so I could use that and just plonk a dragon in the middle of it. So yeah, I'd have to go weird World War II, I think. Monsters Dragon Skates. Yeah. Well, that's what make that dragon is. That dragon is a very cool dragon, because obviously, even if it was a 28mm dragon, it would be huge. But it's not. It's a 15mm dragon, so it's gigantic compared to a 15mm man. It is a ridiculous sized dragon. So. Right, I think we're dry enough. I think. Probably chancing my arm a little bit. Yeah, once more round with the brown, I think, and we'll be good. So let's grab my brush again. Let's grab my brown. I suppose someone hasn't made a rule set for that Reign of... It was Reign of Fire, wasn't it? Where the dragons... But didn't they eat ash, didn't they? So they just burnt everything and consumed the ash. I need to watch that movie again. I can barely remember it. I think I watched it once and kind of half saw it. You'd need dogfight rules for dragons versus typhoons, yak sticks. Oh yeah, could you imagine that? I could actually do that because I've got all the plane. I've got loads of. I'm actually trying to sell some of it at the moment. I've got a whole collection of planes from Blood Red Skies that I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to using. The same with Cruel Seas as well. I've got a whole I've got a whole British fleet painted for that, and I don't think I'm ever going to do anything with it unless I can just stick them all in the battle with the dragon. I wonder if there's a way I could combine Cruel Seas, Blood Red Skies, and Flames of War. That would be a pretty epic table where you've got land, sea and air. That would be pretty wicked. That's what we need, Jim. We need a system so we can combine those three games together into land, air and sea. I suppose you're going to need a big table. We're going to need a big table. American Sasquatch Heavy Infantry Battalion. Yeah, and we could get some mechs in there. Oh, we could just go crazy. Loch Ness Monster versus U-boats. Yeah, they're down here. Like, I've got my little. I've no clue what they are. I just got the box and started painting them. But I've got things like this thing that I painted up. You know. Never actually played with it. Yeah, trawler of some description, and then a bunch of these guys, loads of these guys. I must have about 12 of these. 12 of these all painted up, and then I need to stick the flags on them. I never bothered to do the flags yet. So, but they've never actually been used for anything. You know, painted them, and there you go, James. You know it. But yeah, never actually did anything with it. Feels a bit of a shame. But yeah, I think I could do some cool Weird World War stuff. That would be awesome. Oh, I have even. If I was to go over there and open a drawer, like I've got loads of. I guarantee you all like this, but I could pull a drawer out over there, which is just filled with tanks, one filled with boats, I have boxes of planes down there as well. So that hence why probably a bunch of it is going to be put on either eBay or Facebook or something. Well, the Blood Red Skies is already on Facebook. Because problem is I don't like shipping anything because it's a pain in the arse. I always put things as pickups, so it means someone coming to me. Right, I am now going to start hitting this stuff with some contrast, with some matte varnish. I'm going to hit these guys afterwards with a bit of a blood effect, but there's no point doing a blood effect before you apply a matte varnish, because otherwise your blood effect won't actually be all gooey and messy. It will just be red blobs. I'm going to go crazy with it, but I don't normally do blood and stuff, but I think on these guys it's appropriate. Nothing crazy. Just around the mouths and any sort of body bits they've ripped off and stuff like that. Oh, I should have a look at it in a sec, Jim, definitely. I think I might have well, I've seen you scratch build stuff before and been super impressed, so this might be that might be the stuff you did before. But I was, yeah. Or maybe it was little 00312 is not a bot. And the 00312 army. Well, I hope you're not a bot now, because you know, otherwise you're a bot with a pretty good sense of humour. I like that. I am not a bot. I am a man. You are number 3. I am not a number. I am a man. Let's have a look. Oh, they are cool. They are cool. They are super cool. They are proper mech warrior mechs. Yeah. Yeah, so now the matte varnish is on this guy. It's toned that shine right down. This is what I was looking for. So really the last thing to do is grab a bit of the old blood for the blood god. Give it a good old shake up. Come on. I love that. It's still making me chuckle. The "is not a bot. I am not a bot. I am a man." Yeah, so nothing crazy. Just little dabs here and there. Um, It's obviously tucking into his man flesh there. That's probably the one that's got the most sort of blood effect on him. I'm not going to put any blood on the bone on this guy because I want this. This is like his special bone that he's been keeping, so it's quite old. This bone. He hasn't been. No, it's not freshly pulled from somebody. Where this is a head of someone, which is pretty messy around here. She's even got a bit of blood in the old hair there. Right, I'll do what I normally do. I will grab a bit of paper, I will chuck it in front of the screen here, and then I'll bring the camera down and we'll get a look at them as if they're on the table. But I'll show each one of them first and then complete that. Here we go. Right, so this is the Grymwatch finished. So let's go through them one by one. So we've got old skeleton boy here. He's kind of wearing the corpse. He's wearing the rib cage and backbone of one of his comrades. Is this the best light? Is this? I don't know how clearly you can see that, but yeah, there you go. Tabletop, just tabletop condition. Nothing special. A bit of contrast, a bit of layer paint on top. There's his buddy with the big leg. Clearly, this is the leg of an ogre or something. Cheers, James. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so yeah, he's charging in with his big leg bone, going to give someone a bloody good hiding. We've then got emo girl with her sort of lank hair. She's clearly just ripped off somebody's head down here, and she has a thing for heads clearly because she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skulls around her. It's got 8 skulls, 1 decapitated head, and then her own. So she's well kitted out for heads. We've then got the hook guy. He's probably my favourite of the minions. I like the menacing hooks he's got. So yeah, I think he come out nice. I like him. We've then got this guy. Actually, it's probably my second favourite because he's not in the fight. He's just chowing down on his man flesh. So yeah, I like that. That come out cool. And then the bats. I'm never really good at painting bats, but we got some bats done. So let me go and grab a bit of paper. We'll line them up, and then that's it. We're done. Oh. Come on, Hoss. You've not followed for at least 11 minutes. Come on. So let's put this guy in the middle. Some bats in the background here. Okay, right, I shall bring you down to the front here, so bear with me a second. Right, and we will try and get some lights behind. So there we go, that is the Grymwatch. Really happy with how they turned out. Again, a nice speedy paint job. So what's that? We did that's about, I'm going to say 3.5 hours start to finish on these guys. So let's hit me picture on that. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is the finished product. So with that, I'm probably going to say good night and thank you for hanging out with me this evening. We will jump on another one this weekend. Another new warband. I don't know which one I'm going to do. I know I've got some goblins to do and I've got some others. So yeah. But thanks for all the follows this evening. Thanks for Hoss for keep on following. I'm just never going to say no. Gel tip. We had the raid from Jesse. Thank you very much for that. We had. I think that was it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to call it night then, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for helping me get through and get these guys done. That is number 12 now. 12 warbands painted up for Underworld. So if anyone fancies a game of Underworld, I've got you covered. You can come to the Hobby Lodge and have a game with me. Right, cheers everybody. Speak to you soon. Thanks very much. See you over the weekend. If I don't, have a cracking one. And I will see you soon. Cheers all. Bye.